A company has an impact that goes far beyond just creating or destroying financial value. Just think of its environmental footprint, its societal impact, and its governance. This is where non-financial reporting comes into play. It provides a more complete picture of a company's impact. Sometimes it's called a non-financial report, sometimes an ESG report for environmental, social, and governance, or even a CSR report for corporate social responsibility. The non-financial report is an official periodic communication, generally annual, that serves to show how a company understands and manages its environmental and social impact on its key stakeholders in order to create added value for them. The production of non-financial reports remained a voluntary initiative with fragmented methods for a long time. In recent years, many frameworks have emerged to support these initiatives, to the point of creating what is called the ESG alphabet soup. In the 1990s and 2000s, two frameworks particularly stood out on the international stage. The Global Reporting Initiative, on one hand known as GRI, a globally recognized organization that provides guidelines to help companies produce non-financial reports. And on the other hand, the Carbon Disclosure Project, known as CDP, which helps companies measure their carbon footprint. At the same time, the European Commission has also become a major player in the regulatory landscape for non-financial reporting. As early as the 2010s, it introduced a new directive called the Non-Financial Reporting Directive, known as NFRD, with the aim of making companies more transparent regarding sustainable development. Today, two major initiatives stand out and are trying to establish their standards for non-financial reporting. On one side, there is Europe, which launched the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, the well-known CSRD, essentially an update of the NFRD, which introduces new standards. On the other side, a group of private actors, mainly American, commissioned the IFRS Foundation to develop their own standards, non-financial standards. This complexity is risky. Because of it, companies might be less committed to preparing and publishing these reports and could end up simply doing the bare minimum. The other real risk is the diversion of internal resources, which were initially dedicated to integrating CSR into operational practices, towards meeting regulatory requirements instead. If companies spend too much time producing reports and less time taking concrete action, the primary goal of these reports, namely raising awareness among companies and encouraging them to act for the climate, is lost. Fortunately, the major players in the non-financial reporting landscape seem to have truly become aware of the challenges that all these frameworks pose for companies. That is why they are working to make their standards interoperable, allowing companies to optimize their efforts and find synergies between the various non-financial reports. To simplify things, the European Commission and the GRI also announced a collaboration as early as 2023. This has also been achieved today between the GRI and the ISSP since May 2024.